Carolina Sports. We're here with the great Calvin Floyd. Calvin, man, here fight week. When you guys got the call that it wasn't going to be Rolly, it was going to be Isak, did you see a change in Tank at all in camp? Was there anything different after that? Or
no, it was just business as usual. He understand that he wanted this date. You get what I'm saying? He didn't want to lose the date. He was just waiting on the opponent that's going to take the fight.
With it being Isak CRUZ and him being very aggressive, come forward. I guess Rolly's similar, but definitely has a more kind of wild, more awkward style.
Yeah,
but
different type of style.
Right, but being that he's aggressive, is that, I don't know, is that something you guys look forward to, being that the guy, you don't have to find him?
It's just a different look. Rolly was more mouth, he's a more aggressive, that's all. That fight came past our dates off the break, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't a fight that we wanted to take at that moment, you know what I'm saying. We wanted somebody that was going to help sell the fight. Rolly was doing a great job, you know what I'm saying. I had people call me and say, yo, who's this guy talking to Tank like that? So he was actually selling the fight. Now we back to square one, and we got to do all the promotions of the fight because he doesn't speak English. A lot of people don't know who he is and whatnot, So again, it was like we got to promote the fight, then going into the Staples Center.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of variables in this fight going into this fight, far as Tank selling out stuff. So the thing is, if he do what he's supposed to do, he's gonna have a great night, because he care about his performance. But the thing is getting people in the numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means. That's what it really means. Getting the people in the numbers.
Does Tank enjoy that burden, or is it a burden to kind of now?
Well, it makes it more interesting for them fights that's coming down the line. You know what I'm saying? So he can have somebody else that understand how they have to carry the fight. If you listen to other promoters like Bob, like Terrence Crawford, great fighter, say he don't promote himself. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what he's saying. When you that type of fighter, you should be able to walk down the street and people should know who you are. That's when you become that star. Terrence made it through that by fighting Porter, because Porter was that guy. Looking at the numbers that he was bringing from the previous pay-per-view fights that he was on and who he fought. So us got them guys that say they want to fight us, but they ain't signing no contract to fight us. You know what I'm saying? And they understand that Tank is the man. So Tank doing his part, but they got to do their part to ask for the numbers that they're looking for. Everybody want them Godzilla dollars, but can they put asses in the seat? And that's what it's all about.
Definitely. Speaking of Crawford, you guys were in the Porter camp, Spar Porter. I feel like whoever has that footage, man, it's going to go viral whenever it happens. Oh, you weren't even there?
I wasn't even there. I was actually in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
His little brother Lorenzo was training, getting ready for a fight. But when I got there, I got there I think 3 days after or a day after. They told me Spar Porter. I said, what?
Were you surprised? Was that like?
No, Tank. He'll get in there with anybody, and that's what people don't understand. The kid is phenomenal. And sometimes I had to remind him, like, yo, we got to worry about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to get hurt and spawn.
Is he kind of like that guy that wants
he want that
sparring?
smoke.
You see that kind of fighter?
He want that smoke. So it was a good look. We had a measuring stick to see where he was at as far as doing some different type of training there, and he looked good.
It's good to hear, man. Want to get to take Canelo is moving up to cruiserweight.
That's a good look. He chasing. I think Canelo is great at what he's doing. He got control of his career, and he know what he want to do to make himself in the history books. So I don't knock what he's doing. If it's there, Floyd did that. He chased it. I think it was Boganos. I think Boganos was light heavyweight, but it was somebody that just beat.
Floyd.
One of the guys that just won the belt, and that Floyd fought him. I think he beat.
Talking about Mayweather?
Yeah, Mayweather beat somebody had just won a belt.
Carlos Valdemir.
There you go.
Yeah, he beat
same situation. Same situation.
Right.
So that was a belt to go get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then same situation again. Teofimo got knocked off. He messed the bag up. And then we got what's his name with the belt. So you already hear Devin. Everybody chasing after him now.
Right.
So it's just him to look at who's going to bring the most to the table. The only person I know in his weight class that can bring the most to the table is Tank.
I was going to ask you about Kambosos and Lopez. Were you surprised of that result?
It's boxing, man. It's boxing, man. That's why you gotta stay sharp. You gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? Can't go to sleep. Can't go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That guy was hungry. He was hungry. And again, when you go back and watch Lomachenko fight and Phil Timo, you know, he was about to fold, but he hold fast. He got the decision. You know. So now, the only big fight that they'll have is fighting champ Lomachenko again. You know. So that'll put his name back up there. Then, you know, they can keep moving. So again, now he's back at the end of the line.
Is Kambosos now at the front of the line?
Yeah, he got to be. He got to be. He got the straps. He got the straps. Shucks, he look at the numbers. I'd be a fool to not look at the numbers. You know. So again, win, lose, or draw, he fight Tank. It's gonna make him even bigger. So even he's in a good situation.
He really is.
Yeah, he's in a good situation. You know. So again, it's just him not pricing himself out.
Right.
That's the trick. You can't price yourself out, but put yourself in a position where you're gonna be good. Because right now, sometimes you have to win 2 fights before you start seeing that big money. In his position, he only need 1 fight. He owned. Right. Well, he already had the 1 fight.
I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like at this point, with no rematch clause, him having all the belts, is it kind of like do you feel his fight is kind of up to the highest bidder at this point?
At this point, it is. He have control on who's going to bid for that fight. You know, that's going to make it worth his while.
Is that something Tank wants? You know, I mean, the Lopez thing obviously.
I always talk to him that we'll take Josh Taylor or Lopez.
So you want an undisputed?
That's the only thing he ain't do yet. But he's doing more than any of them. You know what I'm saying? And only in this day and time, or any time, that makes a fighter that's good if he got all the straps. But technically, like Floyd said it back in the days, who's making the most money? You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm a prize fighter, I'm not a belt fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Makes dollars, it makes sense.
There you go. I say it all the time. If the money right, the fight right.
Why don't you just going back to Porter, Crawford won that fight, 10th round KO. His dad stopped it. What did you think about that performance and obviously the
Well, Crawford, he's Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I said that, you know, but Sean, he always bring that dub to the table. You know what I'm saying? And the fight was, if you go look at all his fights, it was the same thing. You know, I'm sorry that the dad stopped the fight. You know, he's being the dad. Understandable. He's seen something that we probably didn't see in his son. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great fight. Can't argue. You know, Porter retired. He had a fantastic career. Now it's time for Crawford to, you know, let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? And the only person is 2 people left. Pacquiao gone. The one that beat Pacquiao, he got him and he got Spence. Ugas, yes,
right.
Yes. So they the only 2 that, you know, that he can say, okay, I'm the man.
Right.
You know?
What happens at this point now, do you think, with Crawford and Spence? Just if that fight were to happen, hopefully we get it, right? Hopefully the boxing gods give it to us. How does that play out, do you think?
Well, again, you still got that elephant in the room, Ugas.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it either or, if Crawford and Spencer fight, it's going to make Ugas bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make him. So whatever lane them 3 take, it's going to be interesting, you know. And I think it's based on what Crawford new team got planned for him too. So, you know, and how would I say this? Decision makings that they give to him to make him make his mind up of what he want to do.
Hopefully it happens. Calvin Ford, man, thank you so much for your time. Tell the fans where they can follow you, sir.
They can follow me on all social medias, Coach Calvin Ford, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Oh, and our Rise podcast too.
Oh yeah. So how do you like the podcast business?
Oh man, the podcast biz is good. I got 2 guys. His name is Squeeze, and he's funny. You know, he talk about our amateurs, talk about the fights that they watch on TV. I mean, it's real entertaining. So they should tune in the Rise podcast.
Rise podcast. There it is. Thank you so much, sir.